Hi, my name's Gary Maclean. I'm National Chef of Scotland and I've teamed up with Quality Meats Scotland for Virtual Highland 2020. And what I want to do is to show you how simple it is to do amazing food with quality ingredients like Scotch beef. So I thought there's nothing simpler than a burger. Doesn't get any simpler than that. And I'm a kind of, I like my burgers to be, dare I say it, like Scooby-Doo's burger. I quite like getting all the sort of classic stuff on there. You know, lovely cheese, I love pickle, tomato, lettuce. So we're going to be making the perfect burger with a slight twist. My favourite burger of all time is haggis burger. So if you take 50% Scotch beef and 50% haggis, it makes the most amazing burger, just these two things. Because what happens is the seasoning that's already in the haggis is going to carry all the way through, and it gives you an incredible texture and moisture. But more about that in a wee minute. I'm going to serve with my burger, I'm going to make some garlic and rosemary potato wedges, and I'm going to make a celeriac and coarse grain mustard slaw. So really simple stuff, amazing ingredients. We'll get started. So the first thing I need to do is actually to get the potatoes in. They are going to take the longest to cook. So I've got these lovely red potatoes. They're really versatile and they work really well under most ways of cooking. So cut them into nice even wedges onto a tray. And again, when you're doing this, try and get your potatoes of roughly the same size, and a little goes a long way. So half them through the middle and then just cut them in. These potatoes are quite small, so I'm getting about 8 wedges of potato. You could add, again, loads of stuff when doing this. You know, you can add spices, Cajun spice, some paprika. I also like some semolina over the potatoes when I do this. It gives them a little extra crunch. So, nice full tray. Just make sure each of the potatoes have got somewhere to go. They're nice and flat on the tray. So from there, going to add some quality Scottish rapeseed oil, good pinch of Ayrshire salt, and then I'm going to just pop in a few sprigs of rosemary. And rosemary is really strong, it's going to impart a lot of flavour there. And I'm also going to pop on some garlic. But again, these are going to be in the oven for about half an hour. So all I'm going to do with the garlic is I'm going to crush it and keep it in its skin, and then pop that on the tray. And again, that will allow us to get loads of garlicky flavour through the potatoes without the garlic burning. So if we chop that up and put it on, it would definitely burn. So I'm going to pop that in an oven at about 180 for about half an hour, and I'll maybe look at it halfway and give them a little flip, but it doesn't get simpler than that. So potatoes are working in the oven. The first thing I want to do before I even tackle the burger is I want to make celeriac slaw. So celeriac is I really like it. It's a fantastic root vegetable, really light, really fresh, and I don't think we use enough of it, but it makes an amazing slaw. So what I'm going to do, again, really simple stuff. So I'm going to peel the celeriac. So you top and tail, and then just cut the skin off the sides. just find things like celeriac really quite fresh. Again, you could make coleslaw, which I think works wonderfully well with a burger. So all I want to do now, got a little mandolin. And then those strips I'm just going to shred up. And you can see by the amount you get a lot out of a head of celeriac. You could grate it as well if you don't have a mandolin. Next thing I want to do is add some chives. Get a really nice oniony flavour, but you also get that lovely sort of little speckles of green. Pop them in. And then a good dollop of whole grain mustard. Some mayonnaise, good pinch of salt, and a few tons of pepper. And all we need to do now is just mix all of that together. This is now the best bit of this demo, is working with this amazing Scotch beef. So this here is from my local butcher who I've been working with for years, and his mince is amazing. It really, really is. Anything you put it in, you can actually tell it's his. What he does is he takes 50% shin and 50% 95% trim, so there's a little bit of fat in there, and he mixes that together, and what it gives you is an amazing flavour, but it also gives you texture as well. And I think that must be the shin, because the shin's going to take a wee bit more cooking, but the flavour from this is incredible. And literally, if I was just making a burger on its own, I would take that mince, a little bit of salt and pepper, and I would shape it into a burger. It's as simple as that. Beautiful. But for today, I'm going to mix it 50-50 with haggis. So I've got a little bung of haggis here. I'm just going to pop that into my bowl. And then pop in the mince, and with a clean pair of hands, I'm just going to bring those two ingredients together. When I was first asked by Quality Meats Scotland to get involved, I was really excited. Not only was I excited to be part of it, but excited that this event was taking place. The Highland show is an incredible few days, and to be part of it and to get involved, you know, for the 4 days, it's a real highlight. And you know, when we heard it was not running this year like everything else, and the virtual Highland came up, I thought amazing. So not only am I going to be able to take part, but I'm actually going to be able to sit back and enjoy what other people are doing. So that comes together perfectly. So as I say, the reason I like this is because the haggis is going to do a lot of the seasoning. It's going to add a little bit of spice. And being honest, if you were to make this and give it to someone, I don't even think they would know there was haggis in it. But they would know that it was a really nice, tasty, moist burger. So there we are. It's as simple as that. I've added absolutely nothing else. You can go fancy and add thyme or Worcester sauce or salt and pepper, but it doesn't actually need it. So I'm going to give my hands a quick wash. So burger mix is ready. So 50% haggis, 50% Scotch beef mince. So in this case here it's 450 grams of each. And what I wanted to do is to show you a little trick on how to get those burgers absolutely perfect. You know when you go to the butchers and you get this beautifully round and pressed burger? That's really important in a burger, to get that compression. And the butchers they'll have a press, like a hand press or a machine that will press it for them, a little hand machine, really clever. I don't have that, and I dare say you don't either. So what you probably have got is a pastry cutter, a cookie cutter. So take one of the bigger ones. I've also done this in lids of spices and stuff like that. So if you can get a lid that diameter, it works really well. But we're going with the pastry cutter. So I'm going to take some cling film and pop it over the cutter, and then I'm going to take some of my burger mix. I'm going to pop it in. This is quite a high cutter, so I'm probably going to half fill it and then close over the cling film and then press, keeping it in the ring, pressing nice and tight, and what it gives you is a perfect pressed burger. So I'm going to press the rest of these. I'll be back in a tick. So there we are, we got 6. I would say they were very generous burgers. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cook 2 just now. One for me and my camera woman daughter Laura. So I love these little griddle pans. Really easy, you'll pick them up in any supermarket, you can get good heat in them. So we'll carefully unwrap. I'm going to add a little bit of oil. Or you could barbecue if you've got the barbecue on. So we're going to pop the burgers in, and you're looking for that nice sizzle. Just wash my hands. So these burgers have been quite generous. They're relatively thick. So what I'm doing here, on the outside I'm going to create lots of colour. When you see lots of colour on meat, it means lots of flavours. You're generating caramelisation, which is going to transfer back into flavour. And a little griddle pan like this, you can get fairly high temperature. So the other thing that's important as well is when you first put something in the pan, the reality is it's going to stick. So don't panic. Keep fish slices and palette knives away from it. Just let it do its thing. And it will eventually lift off the bottom of the pan. So we're going to give that a few minutes on that side. If you can see me past the smoke. So nice noise. You can hear that lovely little sizzle. And that tells me exactly what's going on in the pan. You know, it's a nice, happy pan. It's making a lovely noise. So, and that tells me the temperature without even looking. So we just let them cook away. And you'll also notice as well, quality of the ingredients. You know, it's very lean mince, as I say, 50% shin in there as well. So there's not massive amount of fat. And you can see that in the pan, there's not a lot of fat coming out. But the main objective here when you put something in the pan or on the grill is to create flavour. That colouring of the meat is adding flavour to the dish. smells amazing. So the noise has dropped a little bit, which is telling me that the pan needs to be a wee bit hotter. So just lift that noise and temperature back up. Our wedges, are looking good. I don't think it gets any simpler than this. You can start to smell the haggis. So the burgers have been flipped over. As I said, they are really thick, probably nearly an inch thick. It's a nice meaty burger. So what I want to do, I flipped it over on the other side. The pan's still hot, but what I want to do is to finish that in the oven. And we're probably talking about 6 minutes maximum. So, season 6. So the burgers have had their 6 minutes in the oven. The next thing I want to do is to add some shavings of smoked cheddar. So that's a really mature, you can actually feel the little bits of salt as you cut through it there. And these are going to go popped into the oven just for a few seconds. I never like it too much. If you cook it too long and you lose all your cheese, so keep an eye on that. Laura, you're in charge. No pressure. Right, so while that's working, I want to get the rest of the ingredients organised for the burger. So, tomato, I think, is a must on a burger. So I've got these lovely big beef tomatoes. Always take the eye out first, because the eye goes all the way through a tomato. All of this has been washed beforehand as well, and I want to get some really nice slices. And the same with red onion. I always try and keep it as thin as possible, but I want to keep the onion as whole as possible. Because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build up layers in this burger. And it's almost going to look like Scooby-Doo has made it. You know, I want a nice, lots of visual, lots of colour. So you can still see the cheese has got a wee bit to go, but I'm doing that on purpose. I hate it when it's gone too far. There's some lovely coarse lettuce, which we're going to use. I've got a little bit of relish, and again, I love these. I don't know if it's everybody's cup of tea, but those dill pickles in a burger, I just love. So we've got quite a lot going on. I've got some mayonnaise as well. The other thing that I've got as well is I've got these, they're almost like Scottish morning rolls with some sesame seeds on. And I just thought, with everything else that's going on here with the Scottish mustard, smoked cheese, the haggis, that amazing Scotch beef, I couldn't put it in a brioche bun. So I wanted something that would match everything else. So there we have it. It's almost a morning roll. I actually was tempted just to put it in a morning roll and be done with it. So I'm going to take a couple of plates, and this is the fun bit when we can start to build. So we're going to take the base first. Take a little bit of mayonnaise on the bottom. A little bit of my chutney, and we're going to pop that there. And what that does at the bottom is it kind of holds everything else in place. So you've got kind of a good foundation to build this. And this is the kind of burger I think you need a fork and knife for. So from there I'm going to pop in a nice big leaf of lettuce and then some red onion, and I want the red onion to kind of hang over the edge so you can see it's there. Likewise with the tomato, nice big layer, and then we're going to pop on our amazing Scotch beef burgers. You can actually feel how moist that is when you pop it on. Let's get a tomato under. On top of that, we're going to pop on our pickle. And then we pop on our lids. And this is a proper summer festival burger. So you imagine you're at the Royal Highland show and someone walks past with that. The first thing you're going to do is ask them, where did it come from? So everything's there, everything's visual. Look at the cheese, look at the Scotch beef, look at the lettuce, tomato, lots going on. So let's not forget our amazing celeriac slaw. So a good dollop of that on the side. I think that's one thing about the Royal Highland show. When you walk about, you're just, everywhere you turn there's amazing food. Right, so, and the last thing is our rosemary and garlic wedges. I'll give them a wee loosen off. But nice and crisp, loads of colour, loads of flavour. And I'll be honest, I'm not worried if I get any of the rosemary or the garlic onto the plates, because it's all cooked, that garlic's cooked lovely. I don't think it's everyone's cup of tea to be eating whole cloves of garlic, but just amazing flavour, amazing colour. And there we have our Scotch beef and haggis burger, celeriac slaw, and our rosemary and garlic potato wedges. So thanks to Quality Meat Scotland for asking us to take part, and hope you all have a brilliant day. See you soon. Bye bye.